Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video. This time, I'm going to talk about some mod news, because there's some very interesting stuff that's in the works that I'm pretty excited about, so I wanted to talk about it. The first thing is about sentiments. We did get them in a free update recently, and personally, I think they're a really great addition to the game. But I was wondering, are custom sentiments possible through modding? And turns out the answer is yes. Lumpinu tweets, are custom sentiments doable? Yes. Will I make roughly 1 billion of them to put in my mods? Yes. Am I by any chance making a first impression system for Sims when first meeting each other, which will influence friendship and romance development? You know it. And there's this screenshot here of an anti-crush, sentiment of dislike. Is dislike at first sight a thing? Because Mia really doesn't like Mai's overall vibe. This sounds really cool. I'm sure we've all had that experience where we just meet somebody and we get a really bad first impression. It's like, oh no, this is not going to be a good time. But I wonder if this sort of thing where you get either an anti-crush or the opposite of an anti-crush where it's more positive, will that happen with every single sim that our Sims meet for the first time? Because I think in that case it could get a bit annoying after a while, but if it is kept in moderation, then I think this potentially could be a really good way to make sentiments even better. There's also this follow-up tweet that says, some examples, aiming for a November release, using the moods mod as well to vary up reactions, see that suspicious moodlet? First impressions don't last forever and can be overcome. Hopefully there will also be time for a very tiny woohoo wellness update. Yeah, so Lumpinu also has a mood that does add more emotions for Sims to get into, like suspicious. There are some examples here. Interesting sim, sentiment of appreciation. There's just something about Trenny that seems to vibe in a way that appeals to Hans. And then it says like sim nearby. There's a sim nearby with whom Marie feels in tune, even though they barely know each other at all. Opportunities for conversation and friendship are a happy thing. Then there's the anti-crush with that same text we already went over, but then below is an example of a buff, disliked sim nearby. There's this sim Pat just doesn't feel super comfortable around, perhaps for no real reason other than a gut feeling. Well, this sim is nearby. Pat can only hope they won't try to start a conversation. Interesting to see that this one is supposed to last for 8 hours. I would have not expected it to last that long. Maybe 4 or 6 hours at the most, but 8, that's definitely a lot. Then the next one is Crush, Sentiment of Appreciation. It feels like love at first sight. Wise? Maybe, maybe not. Irresistible? Very much so. Followed by that is a Romantic Interest Nearby buff. Being near a crush brings on inescapable romantic feeling, whether interest is reciprocated or not, and that one also lasts 2 hours. And then the last one says Wary, Sentiment of Dislike. Pat just met Trenny and yet cannot shake the impression that they are up to no good. Better keep both eyes open. So this one actually adds to the suspicious emotion from Lumpinu's other mod, Mischievous Soul Nearby. An acquaintance of Pat is around, not the nice type of acquaintance whom you want to know more, however, but rather the type that you want to avoid. Pat barely knows that other sim, but their aura of mischief irks him, and that one lasts for 2 hours. Overall, I think this mod is going to be an amazing addition to the game, and I am looking forward to getting my hands on it. It looks like it's going to be really good for storytelling, especially. It'd be even better if Lumpinu manages to get permission from Turbo Driver to have some integration with Wicked and Wonderful Whims, since that does have an attraction system, and yeah, I think it could work really well hand in hand with this. It's also good to just know that custom sentiments are possible. I was a little worried that they wouldn't be, because I never saw anybody make any custom neighborhood action plans with eco lifestyle, so I wasn't sure if sentiments would end up falling into that same sort of category. I'm pretty excited about this other mod as well. So Panda Sama says, I'm finally done waiting for EA. The reason I started modding was because I wanted farming gameplay. And here's what I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. This will be a dairy cow you can interact with and milk. It's still a work in progress, so please bear with me. There's also a video clip that goes with this tweet, and it looks kind of similar to my first pet stuff in terms of taking care of the cow, where there's the hunger, attention, and activity that you all gotta keep in mind. And there's the cow grazing on the grass. Hopefully you can name the cow too. I especially love how the ears animate there. I think that looks very adorable. And overall, I think this looks like it has a lot of potential. I hope the model of the cow can be improved in the future though. I can kind of see it fitting with The Sims 4's art style, but I think the textures just need to look a bit better. I still remember the cow in The Sims 3 store was a bit underwhelming too at the time. But I hope Panda Sama's cow can be improved appearance-wise. I think it could also potentially be very jarring if the cow ends up staying that low detail, and then you have this much higher detailed looking sim standing beside it. There is one other aspect of this mod that sounds very intriguing. When playing Sims 3 asked if Sims will be able to drink the milk, Panda Sama replies saying, "It's gonna be more than just drinking milk. Ice Mun Mun is working on something and it's going to blow your mind, lol." So Ice Mun Mun is definitely one of my favorite modders in this community as well. She makes so much great food. Like, between her and Lil Boba, my Sims are very well fed with just a huge variety of food. A lot of food that I never even heard of before until I played with it in The Sims. Like, especially with the brioche that I got to try in real life the other day that I only just learned through The Sims and Ice Mun Mun's mod just a few days before. But seeing that Ice Mun Mun is also collaborating with Panda Sama on this cow makes me even more excited to see how the cow will turn out in the end. If you've been watching my channel for almost any amount of time, you probably know that farming is one of my most wanted expansion packs right now. And this is definitely something that will help tide me over until hopefully a farming expansion pack comes out. But that's it for now, so feel free to let me know in the comment section below how excited you are for these mods, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralive, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!